All right, good afternoon, everybody. Fix the old hair there, old hairdo. We're gonna be talking about One UI 7 once again. Obviously, the subject of a lot of topics here. Been running it on the S24 Ultra right here for since Thursday now, and it is now Monday night, almost Tuesday, and pretty impressed with it. It's running pretty good. I've had some time to mess around with it, and I've actually customized my phone somewhat more so than it was. So I'm going to be showing you guys that here in a second. But it's running very well. I'm actually quite surprised. With all the delays and everything we had, I was expecting this to be kind of buggy, and we were hearing that it might be buggy. I had a drink sitting right here, so ignore that. But we were expecting it to be quite buggy. That's what a lot of people were saying, and it's really not. I actually have this in subscribers only mode because my last stream was extremely busy when I installed this. So let me turn that off for now. Where is that setting? Oh, here we go. All right, so now the comments are open back up to everybody. So anybody can make a comment. So yeah, we're gonna go over this. Some people were asking me about some different stuff. I actually just finished making a video on some of the things that I would change in One UI 7, some of the things that maybe I hope they change throughout the beta period or the beta process. Mainly stuff related to like some battery stuff, not battery life or anything like that, but like the battery icon and stuff like that, like when you're charging. The now bar, maybe have the battery show in the now bar continuously when it's charging, which it does not do. The now bar comes up and then it goes away. But I'll even show you here. Let me see, put it to sleep. I have the charger, the USB thing under my desk now, so the cable's not as long, which doesn't work for videos very well, but we'll take a look at it. You guys can still see it over here. When I plug it in, you can see that the now bar comes up right here, comes up right there, and then it goes away. It would be nice if that just stayed down there while it was plugged in, because you can very easily glance over at your phone and one, see the large percentage in it, and two, it's much easier to just visualize how charged your phone is when you can see the bar, as opposed to the small text. I'm going to plug this into plug it into my computer, which is going to charge it slower, but the cord is closer. So there you go. You can see it goes away, and you're left with that small text. Not sure why you got a notification. I have the Z Fold 6, but looking forward to One UI 7. Yeah, hopefully it'll come out for the folds here soon. Maybe in the next beta, they'll release it to some more devices. It should be coming to more countries for sure with beta 2. Some other countries should be getting their very first beta. And you might have notifications on for the channel, but that's definitely not a bad thing, because you definitely don't want to miss when I either upload or go live. Because I usually just start a live stream. I usually don't schedule them that far out, especially with stuff like this, because I don't really know when One UI 7 is going to drop betas exactly. You know, we have a relative day and stuff like that, but don't really have a specific time. So, you know, if a beta were to drop, I'd just start the live up. So with the notifications on, you definitely get notified easier that way. So beta 2 coming out tomorrow. We have heard that beta 2 may come out tomorrow, either the 10th or the 12th is what I've been hearing. Now the 12th would be exactly a week from beta 1 dropping, so I would lean more towards the 12th than the 10th, just because it's a week. But you know, who knows with Samsung. I'd like to see it tomorrow, but at the same time, not too sure. Beta 1 is going really good for me. I'm not really having any bugs or issues. I had a couple bugs with the lock screen, specifically like editing the lock screen. Like the clock, when you go to edit mode, the clock would be way off the screen, and you couldn't edit it, and you just had to go back and come back in. But other than that, it's not an issue at all. But battery life and performance have been great. I haven't had any issues with battery life or performance. I actually think the battery life I actually think the battery life is better on One UI 7. I never heard of your channel, but it's nice. YouTube is showing me more channels than the deal with tech. Oh, so you're not even subscribed yet? Well, make sure you click that subscribe button because we definitely do stuff like this with iOS, Android. I got the S24 Ultra here. I've got a Pixel 9 Pro XL, iPhone 16 Pro Max. So we got a bunch of different stuff we do here. I thought you were on. I thought I recognized your name from the One UI 7 stream last week. Did you watch that when it came out? I thought I recognized somebody like you in there. But I didn't know YouTube would send notifications for live streams if you aren't subscribed. But thank you for subscribing. I'm just getting the video here of the stuff that I would like to see in One UI 7. Making that video, uploading that before Beta 2 drops, just in case it comes out tomorrow. So I am editing that real quick. Putting in my titles and animations here in the video, and it will be ready to go. Yeah, I thought I saw somebody with the same name comment, but maybe I'm not too sure. There are a lot of people in there. But yeah, the performance is really good. The animations have been pretty good. Somebody on X asked me, it was the real CID. He's big on the betas and stuff like that. He asked me how I thought the betas were because my Pixel is running the Android 16 developer preview. He asked me how I thought the animations were. And they're different on the Pixel. They have a different like style on the Pixel, and they're a lot faster on the Pixel. Not in a way as like the S24 Ultra is laggy. It just has a slower set animation speed, in my opinion. So that's just something that's a difference there. But I'm gonna do a full comparison between the animations on here on Android 16 with the Pixel 9 Pro and the S24 Ultra on One UI 7, probably in a couple days. Is it my favorite phone? I have a couple favorites for different reasons. Feature-wise, I would say this is my favorite. You know, it's kind of all around my go-to phone for a couple different reasons. Yep, 3 phone. Yep. I had 4 at one point, but I just couldn't use them all, so I sold one of them. I had a Fold. I actually had an S24 Ultra, and it was like the mint like greenback one. Because I got it on release day, and that's all like the Samsung website had for like release day delivery, and I really wanted release day delivery more than a specific color, so I got that, and I just put a skin on it, and then the Fold 6 came out, and I was like, man, the Fold 6 looks awesome. I got the navy blue one. You can see it here on the channel as well. There's some videos of it. I had that from August till a couple weeks ago. And then I was like, you know, I bet One UI 6 or One UI 7 is only going to come out on the S24 Ultra right out of the gate. And I really want to do videos and stuff on it. So I decided to sell that again and buy another S24 Ultra. This time I got the regular black titanium just because I think the other one looked like one of those Andes mints with the green cream in the middle. It was kind of like the opposite. It had the dark sides and the cream outside, but I really wasn't a huge fan of the color, but I'm also not one to really care about the color too much. But yeah, back to your original question. Yeah, this is probably one of my favorites. I'm a huge S Pen fan. I don't use it a whole lot, but just knowing that it's there if I do want to use it is really, awesome. I had the S Pen for the Z Fold 6 as well, and the 5 and whatever. I think the 4 supported it too. Ever since there was S Pen support on the Fold, I've had an S Pen 4. Yeah, the Fold 4 had the big S Pen that went on the back of the case. That was like a full-size pen almost until they went to the slim one. The only thing I don't like about the Fold is they still haven't put the stupid S Pen in the phone. Like, I just make the phone a little bit thicker, give it a little bit bigger battery, and put the S Pen inside. I don't want to have to use a particular case to be able to use the S Pen. Yeah, the Z Fold. Yeah, that was exactly like the Fold would be my go-to phone, like my everyday phone if it had an S Pen built in. I can never find a good case for the Fold, and I really liked how the Fold 6 felt without a case. So I hated putting the stupid the Samsung case with the S Pen holder on the back. And another thing about those like flimsy plastic cases is the front screen, the little thin edge of it. Once that like adhesive wears, and especially if you're somebody who switches cases a lot, that adhesive wears, and it wears, and then every time you go to like do a swipe gesture, the little piece of plastic just flops all over the place, and it's really annoying. So I hated using that case, but I really wanted to carry the S Pen, and the S Pen's so small, you can't just carry the S Pen without having something to put it in. So I do like that that's built in now. But I do also really, really like the Pixel. I wasn't a huge fan of the Pixel back the previous generations, and then when this one came out, I was like, wow, that looks really, really nice. And I'm like, I'm gonna have to try that out. I think I have the tap gesture on that for the flashlight. Yeah, I do. That looks really nice. I really like the build on this one. I like the camera. It looks pretty decent. The back is nice. The stainless steel edges are really nice. Overall, it just feels good in the hand. It's very, 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 very snappy. Everybody complains about the processor on this one being, outdated and behind and all that kind of stuff, but the thing performs flawlessly. So it's really nice. The only thing I hate about having these two phones at the same time is the Pixel has the volume button down here and the power button up there, and the S24 Ultra has the volume button down here and the power power button down here and the volume button up here. So anytime I switch between the two phones, it takes me a minute to put my phone to sleep instead of turn the volume down, or turn the volume down instead of put my phone to sleep, because they're in opposite positions. S10 Ultra, you have the Tab S10 Ultra. Yep, I've got one of those too. I actually just sold my iPad over the weekend, or just before the weekend, and picked one of those up just to kind of complete the Samsung ecosystem again. I haven't been using my iPhone too much lately, just because iOS. I don't know. It's just one of those things. The features just aren't keeping me interested. I really like the customizations I can do on this. I really like how I can make the home screen look. Stuff like that. I've got this all set up now, the larger folders on One UI 7, the new widgets and stuff like that. I've got some of those on there, and I really just like how it looks and how much you can customize it. Yeah, people. I mean, I think people are making fun of the Tensor just because of they think it's behind looking at it on paper, but in real life and performance, it performs excellent. Same thing with the Tab S10 Ultra. People are like, oh, it's got the MediaTek Dimensity, like 9300 instead of a Snapdragon, but like I didn't even know that until somebody said it. So I think people are just, the Snapdragon fans are just saying it's bad just because it's not what they like. Even though on paper the 9300 outperforms things like the S23 or the S24 Ultra, the Snapdragon and stuff. Before it with the Snapdragon, it's definitely a much faster chip, even though it's not as, MediaTek. You don't really think of them making, like flagship chips and stuff like that. You don't really hear about those in flagship devices. It's more of a mid-range kind of processor, but it's definitely great in the S10 Ultra. Another thing is, one issue I did run into on the S10 Ultra though, is I had my network set to WPA3 security type, and I can't get the S10 Ultra to connect to it. Everything else works. All my computers work. My Macs, Pixel, iPhone, S24 Ultra, they all work. But if I turn WPA3 on my network for that, the Tab S10 Ultra just says connection failed. So I don't know what's up with that, but it's got to have something to do with the MediaTek processor or the Wi-Fi chip in it, because it does support Wi-Fi 7. Which to be Wi-Fi 7 certified, you have to support WPA3 too. So I don't know why it's not working. And yeah, Samsung's trade-in deals are excellent. Like, that's another reason. I got this when I rebought this phone. I got it on a Black Friday deal. So I wasn't worried about that because I paid like $949 for it. And I know Samsung's trade-in deals are probably going to be between $800 and $900, maybe $1,000. Sometimes it varies, but with the discount you usually get the higher end storage for free on pre-orders, and you get a good trade-in deal. To be able to get this for like $9.49 now, make these videos, and then be able to trade it in and a couple months from now for almost what I paid for it, and then just pay $400-$500 for a, probably less than that, probably around $300 to $400 for the S25 Ultra, I think is a great deal. And I definitely will be doing that. I really like how the S25 Ultra looks. It's got more of a kind of the sides from the Fold. It's kind of weird because the Fold and the the S series bounce back and forth in design. Like the Fold is a little bit behind on its internals, and camera and stuff like that. But then the S series usually takes the design of the Fold, or what the Fold has, like the squared off edges, stuff like that. I think we're gonna get some rounded corners on the Ultra and some more squared off edges, which I think would be very nice. But yeah, One UI 7, no complaints. I mean, there's a few things that, it's kind of the quirks here and there with the beta, but it's been working great. I haven't had any issues with it. I actually had more of a significant bug with the dev preview on Android 16 than I have with Android 15 here on the S24 Ultra. There's a bug with Android 16 that when I wake the phone back up, the screen brightness goes all the way to 0% for some reason. S25 Ultra, not particularly. I mean, ever since like the S22 Ultra, I've been pretty happy with the Ultra series. I think the S22 Ultra, I think it was, maybe it was the 23. One of them had really, 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 really good battery life. When they I think it was the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, I think is what had the best battery life for me, when they switched to that. So that might have been the 23. Because I think the 8 Gen 1 was kind of iffy, and then the 8 Gen 2 got a lot better. But other than that, obviously battery life needs to be something to focus on. The screen on these is excellent. I like the fact that you have see there, I did it again, hitting the volume button instead of the power button. The always on display. It's hard to see with this one because it's a dark wallpaper, but you have your wallpaper on the always on display now, which is something that the Fold took from the Galaxy S series now on the Fold 6. But no, just what I've been seeing in the rumors with the squared off sides, the more square sides, like the kind of like what the Fold has. Love to see that on the S25 Ultra. Probably some rounded corners. I think I think it was Jeff Springer over at Sammy Gurus, said this really good. He said that he downloaded One UI 7 on his S24 Plus, I think it was, that has rounded corners, and it just looks a lot better. The UI just looks a lot better on rounded corners, in my opinion, which is the same thing he said as well. So I think that's something that would be nice to see. I'll pull up, we'll pull up some pictures here and kind of look at what we're supposed to get. Let's look at some rumors. Actually, is this Sammy Gurus right here? No, that's Sammy Fans. Yeah, so like this has kind of, in my, wrong screen. I don't know why it does that. How this monitor gets set to something different. There we go. Like looking at this picture right here, it almost looks like the back of the Fold. Like it takes the design from the Fold. So that's definitely something I want to see. Some models might get more RAM. Base model 12 gigs and 256 storage, while the premium versions could offer 16 gigs and 1 terabyte. Isn't that what they have now? Isn't the base model? Because this is a base model. This is the 256, and it's got 12. Yeah, it's got 12 gigs. I don't know how that's a boost, because the other one has 6. Does the 512 have 16 gigs? Maybe the 512 still only has 12. So maybe it's the second version that's getting the upgrade. Yeah, that's what it is. which that would be another nice thing with their trade-in, not their trade-in, but their pre-order deals, is if they give you the 512 with the 16 gigs of RAM for the price of the 256. Obviously, a good reason to pre-order right there. It's gonna have the Snapdragon 8 Gen 4. What happened to the Snapdragon, the Elite or Ultra, whatever they're calling it, that's in some phones? I guess the S25 Ultra is not getting that. And then, of course, it's going to have One UI 7.1, which is basically just One UI 7 with the features for the newer devices, which is the 0.1 update portion of it. But yeah, I mean, still excellent looking phone in my opinion. So we'll definitely be picking one of those up and doing some videos on it. I did make a video the other day too about the new apps, and I said that clock was crashing. That issue went away when One UI 7 was installed, so and obviously I updated the clock app after that, so I don't have that problem anymore, which is good. Kind of defeats the purpose of the clock app if you have a if your clock app crashes the app, or your alarm going off crashes the app. Looks like Samsung still has a. I think the deal went down a little bit, but they still do have the. They still do have the Galaxy S24 Ultra on sale right now for $9.99 on their website. I just put the link down there if anybody's interested in picking one up while they're on sale. I've never tried the Pixel Fold before. I've heard somebody I knew had one and it broke pretty quickly. That was the first gen though. That wasn't the new one. But yeah, I haven't tried a Pixel Fold before. Kind of want to, but I also kind of don't like the. I like the inner screen of the Z Fold. The Z Folds, how it's a little bit bigger and kind of taller. I don't like how the screen is on the Pixel Fold on the inside, but I prefer the Pixel Fold's outside screen. So if they could mix those two together, which they kind of can't because the sizes, but if they could make a phone with the Pixel Fold screen on the outside and the Z Fold screen on the inside, that would be kind of great. I've tried the OnePlus Open. I really like that phone too, but I sold it pretty quick just because there weren't any accessories available for it. Yeah, I've never dropped. I think I slightly dropped my Fold one time, but it was close, so nothing happened to it. We also have the OnePlus 13 coming soon, which looks like it's going to be a good one too. I've got it up on screen here. I really like this one right here. That blue and this, like the stainless steel. I like that. Whatever this drop is, looks like it's going to be kind of cool. We're going to have like 3 of those. I don't know what this is. It looks like maybe a mug of some kind. And some kind of case, maybe like a charging set or something. I don't know exactly what's in there, but yeah. You might get a free watch, stuff like that. OnePlus has some pretty good pre-order deals too. I don't really have anything about the phone posted yet, just that it's coming soon, but I do like the OnePlus Open. I had the black one. I think I had the 16 512, yeah. But I like this color, but I don't need the 1 terabyte of storage, so I wouldn't spend $1,900 on that. I just couldn't find any cases or accessories for it, so I didn't keep it too long. But it was a great phone. I like the I like the screen on it. Plus, you know, the the OnePlus Oxygen OS is really snappy. It's got the slider switch on it, like all the OnePluses have. So it was a good phone, but um, like I said, I just, you know, not any accessories available for it, not much support available for it here in the U.S. Yeah, I've had like one slip out of my pocket, and I think that was the one time the Fold did. It didn't really do any damage. I think it might have chipped some paint on the back of it, but not anything that was super noticeable. But yeah, I have an OtterBox for this one, but I got the OtterBox with the clear back. Bad idea. I made a video on that too. Don't get an OtterBox with the clear back. I don't really like. I'm not a huge fan of clear cases. Just for the simple fact that when I take them off, they get dirty on the inside, and then so when I put them back on, there's just, you know, dirt and dust, or not really dirt, but dust trapped between the phone and the screen protector, or the phone and the case. So it just makes it really icky looking, and you can't ever get it clean. I feel like a clear case is like a screen protector. You got to put it on. You got to put it on right away, or it's just not worth it. You can't really take it off. Alright, so I'm exporting that other video. But yeah, I don't really like using the case with this one. I do have a screen protector on it. I can't stand this, like, micro scratches and stuff like that. So I have screen protectors on all my devices. And that probably won't change, because like once I see a little scratch, I can't unsee it. And just with it being in a pocket and stuff, you can't really control that. You can be as gentle as you want with the phone, but once it sits in that pocket, you never know what's going to happen to it. But One UI 7 definitely running pretty good. They also don't have the predictive back gesture in here like they do, which is an Android 15 thing. It's just not in. Samsung has it disabled on One UI. Like if I go in something here, you can kind of see the screen you're going back to right there on the side before you go back. That does not work in One UI 7. And if I search it in the developer menu, it comes up. But once you tap like the suggestion, it's just not there. I have the the Galaxy Buds, not the Pros. I think they're the 3s or whatever. I got when I ordered my Fold 6, I got like a $325 Best Buy gift card, I think it was. So I got like a bunch of cases and the buds with that. And I still have the buds. I actually use those with my Tab S10 Ultra and the S24 Ultra here. But I am looking for a good pair of like all-around headphones that kind of work with everything. Because I use these AirPods with my Mac for like watching YouTube and like editing and stuff like that. I have regular AirPod Pros too that I'll use. I use those when I have my iPad, but I haven't used those since I sold my iPad because I don't usually watch like YouTube on my phone when I'm at home at least. So I usually use my Galaxy Buds with my tablet or my AirPods with my Mac. So, but I want kind of something that's more universal, that I can find a nice pair of headphones that I like and use it on everything. Mine have the noise cancellation. They're not the Pros though, so they don't have the rubber ear tips. I was looking. Let me see if I can find them again. The JBL like Tour, yeah. These right here. If these go on sale, I'm thinking about picking up. Oh, they're on sale. Crap. I might pick a pair of these up. I like this. The fact that you can like Um, the fact that you can use the case as like controls for like your music and like answering and ending calls and stuff like that, I like. But they're a little expensive for some earbuds in my opinion. I don't use earbuds enough to want to pay that much, but I might have to get them before they go off sale. They do have a cheaper pair, um, for $179. It's not the exact same, but it's still got the screen on there for like control and stuff like that. I think you can still do the same thing, pretty much. It's just a little bit smaller. Um, but I like the earbuds. I like this earbud style more. I feel like that would stay in my ear a little bit better. But you can even use the case for like as a like a transmitter kind of deal. Like you can plug the case into a headphone jack. I think they show it somewhere here. Yeah. So you can plug the case into like a headphone jack and use the case for like connecting the earbuds to things that don't have Bluetooth. So that's pretty cool. I'd really like to do that, but I don't know. I've been using my AirPods still and stuff like that. So we'll see when Christmas rolls around what kind of gift cards I get and stuff I might buy. Might use a gift card or something to buy a pair from somewhere, Amazon or Best Buy or something. Definitely, yeah. The Pixel definitely has a big improvement this year. Definitely. Um, there's definitely a lot of improvements on that one. I had a Pixel 8 Pro and I returned it. And I usually don't return things. Yeah, Samsung's definitely got the best foldable software. I think I would put OnePlus. I haven't tried a Pixel, but I think I'd put OnePlus second. I kind of like the way there's adapted to the inside screen. Only thing I didn't like is the way that the outside screen and the inside screen shared a setup. So like page one and page two on the outside screen were left and right on the inside screen, and you couldn't change that like you can on a Samsung. Pretty much YouTube. YouTube. When I was doing my stream the other day, I had that. I was using that for social media. When I was waiting on One UI 7 to come out. What else? Basically that. I mean, it's basically social media. Yeah, YouTube's great. I like the OLED. I mean, my iPad was OLED too, but I like the Samsung OLEDs. And it's super big. Yeah, I had the iPad Mini 6, but that was before the OLED iPad, so wasn't really a comparison there. But I actually, did I get the iPad Mini? I got the iPad Mini after my Tab S8 Ultra. So yeah, it was kind of a downgrade. But at that time when I had that, um, it was more so I wanted something small and portable. So it was better for that than anything else. It was really what I was looking for. I never really got bothered by the jelly scroll. I didn't really notice it really, to be honest. Yep, I had the M4 Pro 11 inch as well. I did have the keyboard case and stuff like that. Um, I want to get the keyboard case for the Tab S10 Ultra. I just haven't spent like the 350 on it yet. That's probably gonna be another one of those Christmas gift card purchases. Yeah, I don't. Like I can see the jelly scroll and people like do it like slow mo and like point it out, but it never like was never something that caught my eye. But I don't know. I know some people see stuff like that um more than others. I really want to get some Ridge stuff. I'm just like over here looking around on like YouTube and stuff, or not? Yeah, YouTube. Like I'm looking at the sponsorship stuff, or not sponsorship stuff, the commission stuff. I've always wanted a Ridge wallet, and, like the little key holder and stuff like that. Again, same thing. Want it, but not. It's a want, but it's not a want enough to buy. I've got some cool. We have rings now too. Ridge iPhone cases. Wish I had some Samsung cases. I'm supposed to be getting some Samsung cases tomorrow from Poetic. So I'll be checking those out. The MKBHD / Ridge collaboration. No, not really. Not unless I'm like out for a while and extremely bored. Sorry, Kumar, I didn't see your comment up there. I'm not. No, I'm not particularly waiting for Beta 2 right now. I don't think it's coming out tonight. I was talking. We were just doing like a Q&A about Beta 1 before Beta 2 came out. But I'm not particularly waiting or anything. I really only do use PC for gaming now. I don't have an Xbox right now. The only thing I was playing on Xbox was Warzone and Modern Warfare. But I play Warzone on PC now. I don't play. I haven't gotten Call of Duty 6 or anything yet. So. No problem. Yep, I always like coming on and having people chat. So thanks for asking. Thanks for asking the questions and having the conversation. Yeah, I'm off work. I've been off work since August because I got a staph infection. You can see there's videos of this on the channel too. They're mostly like shorts and stuff, but I was in the hospital from August 12th through the 31st. And I actually have surgery on the 26th, the day after Christmas, to fix my foot finally. So hopefully be getting back to work in a few months after that. Looking forward to that. I think it's the first time I've actually been looking forward to a surgery, just so I can start doing stuff again. But on the bright side, it gives me time to do stuff like this, which I like having time to do. So Guess there's a positive to it, depending on how you look at it. But yeah, hopefully we get beta 2 tomorrow, because I mean, it doesn't really matter when we get it tomorrow, Thursday. Oh no, I put the crappy battery in there that doesn't last that long. How long have we been live? Yeah, that battery only lasts like 45 minutes now. Dang, you went that long without COVID. I caught COVID in 2020. When I had the staph infection, that's what I thought I had. I thought I had COVID until like my ankle started swelling. I'm like, why the hell's my ankle? Like the side of it was like puffing out, and it was like not like my foot wasn't swollen. It was just like that one spot. And I went to urgent care and they're like, oh, that's infected. You need to go to the hospital. So I went to the hospital, and they tested me for all this other stuff, and they did the like blood cultures for staph, and like I grew. They do it in like 4 separate like samples to like see if it grows, and that junk like grew in all 4 of them like right away. And then like the infection was in my foot, my left foot. It wasn't both of them, but they got it out of my right foot the first time, which is a good thing because when I broke my foot last year. January would be 2 years, and they were like wondering if they were going to be able to take the hardware out of that foot if they had to. I'm like, I don't know. I guess if you need to, you can, but I wasn't told anything about that from when they put it in. So they didn't have to take it out. They didn't have to do anything to that foot. They just cut it open, cleaned out the infection, stitched it up, and that was all I ever got. But they had to leave a big chunk missing out of my right ankle for a couple months, and they skin grafted in October. So that's, I mean, it's all healed now, but they have to do surgery to like fix the bones and stuff, which is going to be the one on the 26th. So hopefully that's a one and done thing, and doctor said about 3 months and I should be able to go back to work. So that's pretty good. He said it might be a little bit shorter, so hopefully it'll heal quick, and maybe 2 or 3 months we'll be back at work finally. I have a picture somewhere of my, is it one? It's not like a nasty picture of it, but like I do have a picture of it somewhere. Dang, did it get deleted? It might be. Let me see if it's in Google. August. It would have been August. That's August 2023. I might not have it anymore. I'm sure I can download it from somewhere, but well, poo. Yeah, I don't think I have it. Of what like the swollen part looked like, but it was like oozing and. What watch? It's the Galaxy Watch Ultra with some cheap like $7 Amazon band on it. Damn, I didn't realize I deleted that picture. I thought it was on my and Google Photos, but I guess it's not. I had a giant, like the spot where they took the skin graft or the skin from to do the skin graft was like on my thigh, like that long by like that wide. Just like a huge red patch down the side. I think it was like 8 by maybe like 6 or 8 inches by like 4 or 5 inches across. It was pretty huge. They almost had to cut my foot off, but I woke up with that foot still, so pretty glad about that. I mean, if they did cut it off, I don't, the way they explained it to me, I don't think it would have been that bad having like a prosthetic, because the doctor was like, if we just cut it off, you'd be back to, you'd be back to walking in like 3 or 4 weeks. But if we fix it, it's gonna be months. I'm like, let's just do the months and keep my foot. But if it happened, it happened. I've seen people with 2 fake feet and they walk just fine, so I wasn't too worried about it. Man, it would be kind of cool if Beta 2 did drop tonight while we were all already live, but I doubt that it will. Just because, that'd be too convenient. I'm waiting on some cases. I'm waiting on some cases for my S24 Ultra that I really want. But I don't think they're going to come tomorrow. Not the Poetic ones, but the other ones. I've actually got a couple things I'm waiting on for it. I ordered some from eBay. Let me see if I can pull them up here. Yeah, I ordered these 3 from eBay. Hold on, let me just switch to the other. I ordered these 3 from eBay. They're the same case, just different colors. But they had a buy 2 get one free. And thank you, Abram. Yeah, I literally got the band for like $7 on Amazon. It's just like the Nike band equivalent of what the Apple Watch has. The only reason I got it was I like the one that came with it, the one that kind of just like clicked on. But I have the wireless charger, and with the band that like stays, looped, you can't put it on the wireless charger. You have to use the cable. So just to eliminate that, I got the band that, lays flat on there. I wonder if these have actually like shipped yet. I don't think they have. This person says they were shipping these from like New Jersey, but I think they're coming from China. Based on the seller's feedback. They say they come from Pittsburgh, but yeah, Prattsburgh, not Pittsburgh, Prattsburgh, New York. But I have a feeling they come from China, going there, and then they're shipping to me, because that's usually what happens. Let's Google the address. It does appear to be a house, but One Deer 79, yeah, it's a house, but that doesn't mean anything. Could be just using somebody's address. But we'll see when they get here. They're supposed to be here by the 16th. So I'll have a bunch of cases to check out for this. I didn't want to buy any like super nice cases. Yeah, I mean, I bought like a $7 band for my Apple Watch too, and I haven't had any issues with it. It was actually like, I thought it was just gonna be like some cheap like silicone, but it's actually pretty like, not thick as in like it's like super bulky and stuff like that, but it's like seems to be good quality. And all that. Are you talking about my monitors? My monitors aren't OLED. They are Dell. What's the model? Let's see, about Dell S2719DM. So they're 27-inch monitors. I've got them up on a mount. The reason you probably think it's bright is because I have two LED light bars on top that clip to the top of the monitors. So that's kind of like what you see right here is from the light bars. Like if I turn the light bars off, then it's not very. It gets pretty not bright. I have my other light on still, but that's with the light bars on. I think this one turned down. Yeah, there we go. But I keep those on because it also like bleeds over here where the camera is. I'm pretty sure I'm getting a studio display for Christmas. So I think what my you can go if you go on my channel, I have setup videos what it looks like. The camera's kind of mounted over here, so I can't really move it to show you. But the two Dells I have them on a like one of the like clamp mounts. It just clamps to the desk, and then it's got the arms on it. I'm gonna get one that has the triple monitor. I'm gonna put my studio display in the middle, and then put the Dells on the left and the right. Because one, I want more than one monitor. Two, it's a little bit harder to get a PC on the studio display. I mean, I've seen you can do it, but I'm gonna put my PC on the left one. And my Mac's gonna be on all three of them. My Mac's gonna be hooked up to all three. So when I'm using my Mac, it's gonna be a triple monitor setup, and then I'm gonna have my PC on the left one. So that way, when I'm playing on my PC, I can stream from my Mac, which is what I do anyway. And I can still have dual monitors for my Mac. I may even consider hooking my PC up to both Dells, so left and right, and then having like my temperatures and stuff up for my PC on the right one, because I'm not going to be looking at that a lot, but it'll just be there, or like Discord or something, and then having the Mac in the middle on the studio display for streaming. But I like to use two monitors for streaming because I can have YouTube open up on one of them and then like Streamlabs open on the other. Just because like resizing those windows is just a pain in the butt every time. So if they each have their own monitor, they're both full screen. They can easier that way. But then like when I'm using my Mac, I'll have the main monitor will be the studio display in the middle, for internet watching YouTube, editing on Final Cut. All that will be done on the 5K part, the 5K display, and then the Dells will just be, I can move my email over there, or if I need to open another browser window or something, I can move that over there. But obviously the studio display is going to be the main one. So looking forward to that. I may at some point, in the not near future, but in the far future, get a second studio display because they're like $1,600. So, maybe in the far future, not within the next year, hopefully, maybe get a second one of those and have two studio displays. But maybe for my birthday and get another one. But have two studio displays and have a matching set of studio displays. And then just move my PC to the back desk with a monitor over there, because I have a giant. No, you've seen it. That is not a TV. That is a monitor. That is like a Samsung 43-inch monitor, I believe it is. It's the 43-inch smart monitor. And I used to use just that. And it used to be in the middle over there. But then I got tired of like staring at the big screen and having to like look left and right. So I set my Dells back up on the mount, and did that. And that one's kind of just been sitting back there ever since. But it's actually Wi-Fi connected. It's got like YouTube and apps and stuff like that. And at one point I used it right where it is now, and then my desk used to be over. This part of the desk that I'm sitting at used to be kind of like, it used to be on this wall right here, so it used to be right there, and then that one would go right there. So I had that monitor there, and then I had the desk here with one Dell on the arm, and I had it right above where my camera would sit, so I could stream and have everything like straight down with a monitor for monitoring it. But then I moved it back, like one desk here, I sit in the middle, and then that one desk behind me, and all the stuff you see on it is all the stuff I sell on Whatnot. So I have a Whatnot account, and I do live streams and live auctions on there time to time with some of the stuff I'm done with after I review it. Some of the stuff I just don't have a use for, I'll run it on Whatnot and sell it, or put it like on eBay or something like that. But I prefer using Whatnot. I've had better luck on there, and it's easier to sell some of these odds and ends, live as you're showing it to somebody, rather than um, rather than trying to like sell it on eBay when people aren't really looking for certain items. So I think my whatnot link is in my description. I think if you sign up through it, you get like a $10 credit. It's between $10 and $200. It's random what you get, but you do get a like a referral bonus from me if you sign up through that link. And I've been using that for I think about a year now, year and a half. But they just started an electronics category on there. This was when I started about a year ago, not recently, but started an electronics category on there. And they used to do things where when you would go live and participate in these events they had, you'd get like $200 or $300 just for participating in the event. I think they gave me like $200 just for selling my first item. So they used to do that a lot, but they haven't done it in months now. Just because there's so many people on there now, they're not trying to run stuff like that to get people active because they have plenty of people now. But their fees are a lot less than eBay, and the fact that you're selling through a live video auction where people can see the item. I haven't had any people try to claim stupid crap like, oh, it's broken, oh, I didn't get what stuff like that, like you get on eBay. And they have better customer support than eBay, for sure. I had one thing where I sold it, and I think I sold a phone case, and I thought it was for like an S22 Ultra, but it turned out being like for an S23 Ultra or something like that, because the case itself looks so similar, but the edge of the phone's different, so they won't fit. But I didn't have both phones to try it, so I sold it, and they're like, oh, this doesn't fit my phone, and like the seller can't initiate a refund to a buyer. You have to like email support, and I told support, and they refunded the guy and didn't even like charge me for the refund. I think I've had a refund somebody twice, and both times Whatnot just took care of it, even though it was my fault. So I can't even get eBay to do that when it's not my fault. So I got scammed on eBay when I sold a Pixel 6 a couple years ago. I think about 2 years in January. I sold a Pixel 6 Pro. I'll also videos of this on the channel if you're curious. But sold a Pixel 6 Pro, and the guy, what happened was he took the phone and he sent me a picture of the back of it and opened a return request and said, I have a problem with the smartphone. But he didn't tell me like what was wrong with it or anything, and he sent me a picture of the back, and the back wasn't broken. So I accepted the return because he claimed it was defective. You basically have to do that with eBay, or they'll just refund the buyer and take your money. So I accepted the return. He goes to return it, and it said it was delivered, and I never got anything. So I told eBay, I was like, hey, it says it was delivered, and I never got, nothing was ever delivered. I saw the mailman that day. They didn't have anything for me, no nothing. So I got in contact with the Postal Service and actually found out that it was delivered to... He changed my label. He used my tracking number and the barcode for the tracking, but he changed the label to a different address in the same city, so that it would show it was delivered, but it wouldn't actually come to me. And the label he created was actually fraudulent, and the manager at my post office actually had the two packages sitting in her office. He sent 3 identical items using the same label, same tracking number, in case one of them got stopped. He's hoping one of them would make it through. And one of them did make it through, and 2 of them got stopped. And he just sent a pack of index cards to a school that's right behind my neighborhood. So I was able to get the manager at the post office to email me pictures of the label and pictures of the package. And this was after eBay refunded the buyer like $650 and took it out of my account. I was finally able to send that to eBay and appeal it and have them give me my money back for this dude. And then something similar happened where, not something similar, it wasn't a return, but somebody, I sold a OnePlus. I think it was a OnePlus, what are we on, 13 now? It was like a 10, 11, 10, 11, 12, something like that. Or no, it wasn't a 12, I haven't had a 12. It was a 11, I think. And the guy bought it, he used it for 2 weeks, and then opened a return request and said, that the phone was defective because not all his apps were working in 120 hertz. And I told him, I said, some apps don't support 120 hertz. I even showed him on the OnePlus website where it said that the phone was a variable refresh rate between 1 and 120 hertz. I was like, YouTube doesn't support 120 hertz. There's no 120 frame rate videos on YouTube. It's, 60 or, 30 or 60. And then he's like, oh, the GPS doesn't work. The GPS worked fine. And then something else he said. I forget what the other thing was. But he sent the phone back. I got the phone back. And I tested everything he claimed didn't work. GPS worked just fine. Oh, he said the GPS kept saying it had to be calibrated. Or it was inaccurate or something. But it never happened to me. So I showed the GPS worked. I sent all the information to eBay to where I showed him this stuff in the messages, explaining that the phone was working correctly, and he still sent it back, even though I don't accept returns. So he basically made up all these reasons to return the phone because he didn't want it anymore. And I was way shocked, but eBay refunded the money and let me keep my money and the phone. So I had the phone. I sold that phone twice and got paid for it twice. So that was pretty cool. Just because he lied, and I could prove he lied. So I actually got to keep my money, even though he sent the phone back. Everybody told me that shouldn't happen, and I got really lucky with eBay, and that'll never happen again. But who knows? I try to, when I sell on eBay, I try to be very careful with what I sell, and check the buyer's account and see where it's going. And if I sell something over a couple $100, I Google the address it's going to. Because a lot of these places are U.S. addresses, but they have but they're reshippers, freight forwarders, that's what the Pixel was. And the thing that got me started on the Pixel, that was really sketching me out, was I sent the Pixel to Florida, and I bought the return label through eBay, so it was all on eBay already. He just had to print it out from eBay, and he didn't do that. He sent it back from New York, not Florida, where I shipped it 3 days before. So that was a red flag right there. How is it coming from New York if I sent it to you in Florida? And I told eBay that I'm like, hey, why are you making me refund this? Why are you making me accept this return when I've already shown that he's a freight forwarder, which voids his buyer protection, and he's sending a return back from a totally different state just days later? That doesn't make any sense. How can you be sending my item back from somewhere that I didn't send it? And they're like, oh, you just have to see what happens when you get it. I'm like, what do you mean I just have to see what happens when I get it? But yeah, that was good times. It took me, I think, almost a month to fight that to get my money back. That was like a December to January deal where I was fighting that. That was right when I broke my right foot the first time, and I was home from that surgery, so I had plenty of time to fight it. Let's see. I know there's a few other people in here. If anybody has any questions or anything, or they want to add anything to the conversation, just put it in the chat. We're just talking about things have happened over the past couple years and um, stuff like that. So, if anybody wants to join in on the conversation, feel free. Abram, I think you asked a question while I was talking, and I meant to come back to it, and I didn't. Now I'm trying to see what the question was again. You asked something about what's my favorite tech of 2024, I think, somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, favorite tech of 2024. I don't know. I've tried a little bit of everything, so I don't really have. I don't really have something like a favorite that like something I want but don't have. Like, I actually hit 15K subs when I was streaming the One UI thing, so that's pretty cool to hit that milestone while I was streaming that. But yeah, favorite tech of 2025. I got the Mac Mini, the new Mac Mini, and that I really like that because that's what I do everything on. That's what I'm streaming on right now. But I don't know. It's hard for me to pick because like I upgrade my iPhone pretty much every year, so I don't really like all the usual stuff that I have. I wouldn't say as like a favorite just because I've had so many iPhones and I'm like, oh, that's not like anything fancy and new that's like a wow factor. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one. Because if it's something that's like my favorite tech of the year, it's got to be something that's like entirely new. Like it just like the first of its kind just came out in my opinion. I mean I like the AI stuff that's still coming out on Apple, but like I like Gemini and that kind of stuff. That stuff's pretty cool. Um, I've got to do some cool stuff with Alta Labs on their Wi-Fi gear. I think I did that in 20. Did I have that in 2023 too? Don't know, but work with them a lot. I've actually got another router coming from them uh, this week. Um, yeah, I don't know. A lot of collaboration stuff on YouTube this year, I think, that I've gotten. I'm checking that case and make sure the FedEx stuff's gonna come to market. Sometimes FedEx likes to say they are gonna deliver something sometimes, and then they don't. Let's see. I wish that. Okay, it looks like that's gonna make it. I wish it was gonna come a day early and come tomorrow, but it's just now made it to West Virginia a few hours ago. So yeah, that's probably not gonna make it till Wednesday like it says. No, this is more just a hobby. Yeah, so my cases should be here tomorrow, so I'll be able to get some videos out on those. I don't even remember what they said they were sending, but let's see. I love when companies email me and ask me to make a video of their product. And usually I'll like, if it's like something I want, I'll usually do the video for free as long as they send me the product. But then like if it's something that like I don't really want to use or like I don't have a use for, then I'm like, okay, now you have to, it's gonna cost you a little bit. And I'm like, like I don't know how much people like charge for videos. I don't really care. But if you give me $50, I'll make you a video. And I like Charlie's saying, yeah, I'll do like a sponsor video or whatever for like $50. And that's probably like way too cheap for 15,000 subs, but like, sometimes I just like get the product, make the video, and resell it, and I make money that way. And yeah, but then they're like, oh no, we don't have we don't have budget for $50. Why are you emailing me for a video if you don't have $50? Let's see. Poetic sent me the Guardian series and the Neon series. Yeah, I know it's not coming today. I'm not waiting for it or anything. We're just chatting now. On the 15th. The 15th is Sunday. I don't think it's gonna come on the 15th. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be on either tomorrow or Thursday. Is my guess. Ooh, yes, the Guardian series. That's what I wanted. Sweet. I need to get Poetic to send me a Tab S10 Ultra case. Even though I don't really like that case that much. I had that for my iPad. They've only got one case. Let's see. S24 Ultra. Yeah, the Guardian is the one with the clear back. I think, or at least sending me. Yeah, both those are MagSafe cases. Sweet. Yeah, 12 is what I was expecting. Maybe tomorrow though. But like I said, I was thinking. I said this at the beginning of the stream too. I'm thinking it'd probably be the 12th because that'll be a week from when it came out. So we'll see how many betas we get. Maybe like 3 or 4. I guess it'll come out sometime in January, sometime around when the S25 Ultra comes out. Obviously, the S25 Ultra I don't think would come out with 7.1 before everybody else got at least the S24 Ultra got 7. So who knows? But yeah, so we'll have some cases tomorrow. We'll have the Ultra Labs router to check out on 67. I'm in Virginia. It's 48 right now. It's been like really cold though. It was last week. It was in the like 20s at night and like the 40s during the day, but it was getting real cold at night for a while. And I think it's supposed to do that again. I don't have that. Well, here, I'll open it. Let's see. Yeah, over the weekend it's supposed to be down in the high 20s again at night, and then the 40s during the day. I was hoping to be really cold on Christmas. I'm tired of it being like 70 degrees on Christmas. But yeah, like, I mean, if anybody's in here and wondering why you're just staring at my phone, we're really just chatting now. So like we're just in the comments and stuff. But if anybody has any questions about One UI 7, feel free to ask. And we can talk about it. I think I need to update my iPhone again. They re-released 18.2 for the release candidate, which I don't understand why there's another one, because it wasn't just a usually if there's like a bug, it'll be like iOS, but they re-released it on everything. iOS, macOS. What's the best improvement from the UI? I would say I would say the now bar, but there's one thing, and you'll see this in the video that I'm going to upload after this stream's done. Um, the now bar, the battery. I wish, this is my like one hope that this changes in the beta, and I've seen a bunch of suggestions for this. When you plug it in, you basically get the now bar that pops up down here with the percentage and like little bar, but it goes away. I wish that in the now bar settings, if we go here to the lock screen, in the now bar settings, that there was a charging option right here, that you could turn on the now bar to have a live charging activity. Because if I glance over at my phone, like from where I'm sitting right here, I can see this. I can read, the date and the time and everything. Now, keep in mind, like, yes, you can see this on the camera, but I'm sitting off to the side. I can't make out what this says. There's a glare down here. I can't make out what that says. From up, top down, I can. But from, if this was on like a table next to me, can't read it. If I do this, and that's there, one, I can see the bar right there, how, far over it is to see the charge level, but I can also see the 57% in there because it's the white on green, it's easier to see. So that was there all the time. Best feature right there. Same thing for the battery icon up top. When you have the percentage turned on, like right now I don't have the percentage turned on, so it's got the lightning bolt in there showing it's charging, but there is a ever so slight gray border around the white bar. But if I turn the percentage on, I think it's in notifications, yeah, status bar. If I turn the percentage on, there's no border around that anymore. It's just white, and then the end of it, or if it's fully charged, then nothing. Right there, the border goes away. And I know it's probably kind of really hard to see on camera, but the border goes away. So I wish that when it was plugged in, that it would stay green, and maybe even have it stay green when it's not plugged in. Like maybe like until you get to like 15%, then it's green, and then it goes to red like it does now. Adding a little bit of color there, I think, would be nice to just visually see it, stuff like that. I'm not a huge fan of the battery icon. I know why they did it, because it falls in line with all the other elements and all the other kind of like pillow shaped widget boxes and stuff like that, which is fine, but it doesn't even look like a battery icon. Like if your phone is like at 20% or 30% or maybe even 40%, it literally looks like a pill. Like how like pillows have like the little capsules have like one side of the capsule is like one color and one side of the capsule is another color. That's literally what that looks like. Like right now, it literally looks like a pill. So I'm not a huge fan of like the fact that there's no like little like on a battery, how it's got like the positive side, it's got like the little part that sticks out. It doesn't even look like a battery. But I like the fact that it's different, because I like when software updates add things that look different and it doesn't just look the same all the time, which I think is why iOS is kind of, I'm not using it as much, just because it looks the same all the time, where this you can really customize and things change and all that kind of stuff more often. But I wish the battery icon looked like a battery, because like here, on the Pixel, it looks like a battery. It's got the little battery shape. It's square like a battery. I've never seen a battery that's shaped like a pill or have rounded sides, but shaped like a battery, and it's got the little stem, positive end, whatever you want to call that, on there. But while we're talking about this, let's see, I have the S23 Ultra. Should I upgrade to the S25 Ultra? I think not, since the main camera won't be upgraded. I mean, if you only care about the camera, then no. But I don't know, because I'd have to wait for it to come out to see what else is going to change before I can really give you an answer on that. I mean, it's a 2-year upgrade, so you're going to get some upgrades in the processor and the battery and stuff like that. Your battery's starting to age at 2 years, so I mean, it really just depends. If you're using your phone for basic things and the camera's your main thing, then probably not. If you're using your phone for processor intensive stuff, where a newer processor would benefit you, then probably that might be a rather good upgrade. Um, but like I said, I had an S23 Ultra. Between the S23 and the S24 Ultra, there wasn't a huge difference, but there was things that I liked that made upgrading for me worthwhile. One of those things is if you can trade it into Samsung. Samsung has great trade-in deals for pre-orders, and you usually get like a storage upgrade, which also on the S25 Ultra might mean the difference between 12 gigs of RAM and 16 gigs of RAM. So if you get that for free when it comes out, and you get a good trade-in deal where you only pay a few $100s for an upgrade, then I'd say it's definitely worth it. I mean, even somebody who has an S24 Ultra going to the S25 Ultra where you can do it for $300 or $400, I would say excellent deal. If you wait till the phone's 3 or 4 years old, you're going to lose some of that trade-in value, and you're going to pay more out of pocket. Now, obviously, up front, that's more. If you upgrade every year, then it's still going to cost you more, say over 2 or 3 years. But I think with their trade-in deals and with the freebies you get for pre-ordering, the storage upgrade, the credits for cases and accessories and stuff like that, you're almost getting the phone for like nothing. So if you can get I would say like $600-$700 for the 23 Ultra, trade it in, and say the new one's what we're looking at now, $1,200, you pay like $500, but you're also getting that the 512 and the 16 gigs of RAM. It sounds like you use your camera a lot, so if you don't have a 512 now, you might be able to get a 512 for pre-order. Get that the free storage upgrade. I think that would be something that would be worthwhile looking at. But again, that's up to you depending on how you use your device. If you don't want to spend the money and your S23 Ultra does everything you need, then don't spend the money. But if you've got you got a little extra cash and you want a new phone, spend the money. That's what I always tell people. I mean, if you can drop the money on the phone and you want the phone, get the phone. I mean, I can't really recommend, I can recommend what it looks like on paper, but I don't know how each individual person uses their phone. So, like I said, if you want the new phone, then go for it. I think 2 years is still, even for like the average person, I think 2 years is still a pretty reasonable upgrade cycle. And then like me and other people, if you're somebody that's into tech and you need the latest and greatest, then upgrade your phone every year. Especially with the Samsung trade-ins, it's not really that costly to do that. But what I was touching at with Abram's question is, I'm going to go in here to Samsung members, and we're going to look at some of the suggestions that people have put on the Samsung members app. Let's see. Let's go to discussions first and see what people are saying here. Keyboard problem, volume down button not working, clock icon, battery drain, RCS messages, battery drain, first time beta. See, I'm not really having any battery drain issues. I didn't even fully charge my phone last night, and I just had to plug it in when I started streaming, which was an hour and a half ago. So I'm not really having any battery drain issues on the beta. When I first got the beta, I feel like the battery was noticeably better than One UI 6. I feel like that it was staying at a single percentage longer, and that I wasn't having to charge it as early in the day with heavy. Like if I was like heavy using my phone, then I would have to plug it in like in the afternoon. But I feel like I got a lot farther into the afternoon on One UI 7 than I did on One UI 6. And that's been like, I noticed that in the first couple of days. And the first couple of days I was playing around with One UI 7, so I was like really using my phone. Things were probably updating in the background, and the background tasks that happen on a new phone or on a phone that you just updated, stuff like that. So I think the battery life is pretty good. Good lock. A lot of the good lock stuff isn't updated yet, so that's to be expected. That's not broken. It's just not updated yet. Let's go to the suggestions and see. Media bubble, lock screen shortcuts. I don't know what they mean by missing the lock screen shortcuts, because you can still do those. Um, Live activities in the now bar. I think that's something that we'll probably see once One UI 7 rolls out to everybody. The third-party app developers. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about this, but does anybody know if Samsung is enabling developer support for the now bar for third-party applications? I know it works with like maps and music apps right now, but like I don't know if you're going to be like the Best Buy app. I know that has a on the iPhone, it has a live activity for like orders and stuff like that, so you can see when your order's ready for pickup, which is what they're showing there. Assuming that's something Samsung will probably bring to the now bar once the it's out of beta, but we'll have to see about that. I've seen a couple things about the battery. I'm actually gonna reply to that other one real quick, so give me a second. All right, so yeah, just put that in there for them. But I've suggested the battery thing in here and all that kind of stuff. So that's the only thing I really really want to see is the battery being a little bit easier to see when charging and stuff like that. I really don't have too much that I don't like in One UI 7. Is there anybody in here? Is there something that you want to see in One UI 7? Maybe if you don't have the beta right now, I can throw it in the suggestions for you guys. If so, let me know. Let me know in the comments. I've seen a couple people want this too, like the fingerprint animation, like on other devices, like custom Pixel ROMs, and I think like OnePlus devices and stuff like that. The fingerprint sensor has like a little animation that you can turn on or change, whereas the Samsung, it just has that little circle thing. Now, I can understand why they don't have an animation. It unlocks so fast that you don't really need to be sitting there watching the animation, because you literally just tap the thing and it unlocks. It recognizes your fingerprint super quickly. So I can understand that one, why that's not really a concern. Everybody wants to see the Android 15 app lock feature. That's not implemented yet. Search bar. Some people want to see the search bar. You can move it back to the top. I mentioned this in one of my videos. I actually prefer the search bar on the bottom because when you're holding the phone, my thing is if you pull this up, right, usually hold your phone somewhat like this when you're typing. If you pull this up, you go to type, everything's right there. Whereas if it's on the top, now I have to reposition my hand to tap the search bar to then go back down here to the keyboard. So I do prefer the search bar on the bottom. I think that is a better spot for it because everything is, one motion like this rather than, going like this, tapping up here, and then having to go to the keyboard. So I do think that is a good design choice that the search bar is on the bottom, right there where the keyboard's going to pop up. Are the animations generally more fluid in One UI 7? Yes. They weren't. They're subtle, so it's not something that I don't have another One UI 6 device to compare side by side. So I can't really, the only other One UI 6 device I have right now is the Tab S10 Ultra, and that the screen's so big on that it's kind of hard to compare the animations to something like this. But you know, when I first installed One UI 7, I didn't really notice the new animations until somebody pointed them out. And then once somebody pointed them out, it's kind of one of those things you can see. So like when you unlock the phone, the apps, come in like that. When you pull down the notifications, you can see it springs down and then bounces up a little bit. So that's one of the things. There was one other thing, I forgot what it was, but just like simple stuff like that. And the app opening animations, I mean, they're not slow, they're not laggy, they're not anything like that, which I think one of the things that everybody talks about in One UI during the beta period is, oh, the animations are great in beta 1. Oh, they kind of suck now in beta 2. They're slow. Oh, beta 3 is great again, and then beta 4, they're kind of okay, but they can, we didn't back to beta 3 speed. It's just like all over the place. So if they stay how they are now, it's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with it. And I showed this earlier too. I don't think you were in here, but like on Android 16 here on the Pixel and Android 15 on the Pixel 2, it's basically the same. The animations between the two, like the Pixel is a lot faster, and I don't mean faster as in like faster like this is slow. This just has the animation speed, a different animation speed. It's not slow as in laggy or bad performance. It's just how it is designed. It's smooth, but it's not, like that. Like the Pixel is just like poof, it's right there. Like almost like there's no, you can see the animation, but it's just a super fast animation. It's like fast forwarded. And it's just really quick. So the Pixel overall feels a lot faster and snappier than the Samsung. Again, not that the Samsung feels laggy or slow. It's just the way the animations are implemented. They come in at a different speed than what the Pixel does. So that's kind of like the comparison where I'm at between those two. But I still am okay with the animations on One UI 7. But I think the way the Pixel is, I think the Pixel feels faster. Now, if the Pixel had the same, like the animation slow down, I think you can probably change this in the dev settings. Because people always like tell you to change this to make your phone feel faster. Yeah, like the animation duration scale. I think if you put it on like 0.5, yeah, see right there? You see how quickly that comes in now? How like snappy that opens? That's what I'm talking about. Like it's something that can be adjusted, or you can like turn it off, and then your phone's just gonna like right back and forth. So one of those things that you can adjust. Where'd the setting go? Right there. Let's see. Like you can even make it really, really like so you can make it really slow if you want to. But I don't know why you'd want to make it, take that long. I think actually 0.5 is better. And let's see. So I think 0.5 is probably a good speed. Kind of feels what the Pixel is. Let's look and see here what the Pixel is at. I don't know if it might be still 1, and it's just the way it's designed. But we'll see. Window is the. Okay, yeah. So these are on 1 too. So we'll put this on 0.5. And it's probably gonna be like really, really quick. Yeah, it's really quick. So I think the Pixel is one that you can leave on 1 times, and it's still really snappy. But I think if you want to give your Samsung the Pixel-like, Pixel-like app opening speeds, I think if you set most of those to 0.5, it really, really increases the speed and stuff like that. Yeah, I might actually do a separate video on this, on how to make your Samsung super fast. I have noticed a little bit of lag when putting the phone to sleep on the kind of like the animation when the screen turns off. like transitioning from the home screen to the clock up here, but not anything too major. But yeah, definitely changing your animation scales to about 0.5 definitely increases the speedy feel. So if you want to make your phone feel faster, all you gotta do is change that one setting. Let's see. I'm gonna upload this other video called "The Few Changes I'd Like to See in One UI 7 Before Release." Alright, so that's uploading. It should be up in about probably 15 minutes. But anybody has any other questions, let me know. I'm probably going to go ahead and wrap the stream up. If anybody has anything else they want to see before I go, though, let me know and I can show you guys. But I'm probably going to do a video on what I just showed with the animation scale and stuff like that, on how to speed up your animations and make your phone feel faster. And that'll probably be, I already have a video for tomorrow. I might do a 2-day or a 2-video day, depending on when that comes out, when beta 2 comes out. Because if beta 2 comes out, then I'm probably gonna have one of these videos that I upload alongside that live stream and stuff. I try to only do 2 videos on stuff that's really popular, because I don't want to spam everybody's notifications if they have notifications on for the channel or something like that. So I try not to just upload. Yep, you too. Thank you for watching, and thanks for the subscription. Definitely hope to see you around on some of the other stuff. I usually do iOS streams for the beta too, but being towards the end of the 18.2 beta, there's not really too much new in that right now. So I'm kind of skipping those videos right now to focus on One UI, since it's got brand new stuff in it. I'll probably be live for a couple more minutes while this video uploads too. Yeah, definitely way quicker with those with that animation scale changed. I might change, let's see, because I have window animation scale. I'm going to leave that to default and just leave transition. I think that's what we want. And then we want the animator duration scale. Yeah. Actually, let's do transition too. Oops. Yeah. That makes it real snappy. Have you found AI useful, Gemini? Yes, Gemini actually. I've asked Gemini a few questions, and like it. I like the more like thought out. Like it's not like, oh, here's this response from this link, and here's the link. It combines sources from all over and gives you like a thought out response, and I like that. I can't wait till Siri does that. Siri kind of does it now that there's ChatGPT built in, but only for some things. Where Gemini's, if you ask it a question, it's always like that. Plus, when I got the Pixel, I got a year of Gemini Advanced for free, so I have that. And I don't know what the regular Gemini is like, but having Gemini Advanced is really nice on all this kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. What was that? Desktop backup password. I thought it's a download backup password. I'm like, what is that? Let's see. What am I looking for? Oh, font. Let's see. Yeah, I use ChatGPT a little bit because I had the app on my phone, just like the free version on my iPhone, and then it integrated in Siri finally on 18.2. So I've been trying it out there. But you have to specifically like request for it to ask ChatGPT. If it's like a request that Siri knows the answer to or whatever, you have to request it. I do like the image thing though, where you can like take a picture of something. I was like messing around with that one day, and I was just like taking a picture like I took a picture of like my iPad with the case on it, and it was able to tell me that it was an iPad Pro and like what case was on it and everything. It was really cool. Yes, the call recording is available on mine. It does show up. I haven't like tried it out, but it does. The icon does show up on the call screen. So you can do that. It just plays this call is being recorded message, which is actually kind of funny because I was using my iPhone one day, and some scammer for some like medical alert pendant or whatever called me, and like I was messing with them for a little bit, and I was like, oh, let me try the call recording thing, and I did it, and it played the message, and he just hung up. So that's pretty funny. I got part of the call like on there, but he caught on pretty quick. There were a couple people in members like saying, "Oh, you should be able to record the call without like notifying them, since like in certain states you don't have to tell them that you're recording it or whatever." But I think pretty much that's not something Samsung or Apple would do, just because there's too many people that would just spoof their location or something. So I think it's just they're gonna make that message play no matter where you're at. Just to cover everything. Please make the icons on the AOD colored again. That'd be nice too. I would like colored icons. I think you can do colored icons on the top still, but I definitely would like colored notifications icons all over on the status bar, on the AOD, on the other thing. Another thing that I would like to see, I forgot to put this in my other video, is these to be buttons. Like, why? I don't want to have to like this should be I should be able to tap this and change, because this is just the ringer, like mute, silent, mute, vibrate, and ring. Like if I tap this, I just get some weird like blurred screen. Nothing happens. Like I have to swipe, and then it changes. Now we're on mute. Now we're on sound. Now we're on vibrate again. Same thing for do not disturb. Like, these are just toggles. Like, they shouldn't be swipes. If you're going into an app, yeah, swiping into the app because it's unlocking the phone, that's fine. But these should be, like, toggles like that should just be push buttons. Like, you know, hold it for a second and it activates the button. Fast question, what was for dinner? I had hot dogs and tater tots. And then the other thing I wish is when you have, some people don't like the vertical drawer. I know a lot of people were waiting on this for a long time. But some people like to keep their stuff the same. So if you want to go back, you can go to custom order and you can have pages. But I don't mind the pages because I know where, like, okay, you know, this app is on page like 3, right? Like, finding page 3, in my opinion, is easier than having it like this because there's no page. It's just an endless scroll until the end. So like if I'm looking for you know, this app right here, I might not know that that app is on page 3 in page view, but I don't really know its exact position in a list like this. But if you switch to the page view in custom order, you can't also sort, you can't change the sort to alphabetical order when it's in page view. If you go to alphabetical order, it puts it back in vertical. You also can't change the vertical to custom. Vertical is always alphabetical and custom is always the pages. So I wish that you could do vertical and custom, or the pages and alphabetical. Like, that should be 2 separate settings in my opinion. You should be able to do, you know, a vertical drawer with alphabetical order, or a vertical drawer with custom order, or a horizontal page view with alphabetical order or custom order. So that would be something nice to see change, just for the people that don't like that. I don't have a problem with the notification center. I actually like the new notification center, how it's separate. You can go back to the old one where you still have your toggles on the top, and then you can pull down for bigger toggles, or more toggles rather. I do like, you know, just having the notification center by itself, because if I'm going to check notifications, I'm usually not going to use quick toggles. If I'm going to use quick toggles, I'd rather see all my quick toggles and all my settings rather than having the bottom half be notifications and having to, you know, swipe again for that. When is beta 2 coming out this month? Probably either the 10th or the 12th is what we're hearing. And then one thing I wish is that the behavior with the right swipe and the left swipe, I wish that would carry over to the screen. I wish a right swipe over here would bring down quick toggles, even if you don't go to the top of the screen, and then a left swipe would bring down notifications. That way you can do it anywhere on the screen, rather than like having to reach up, because so many times I just wanted to like have my hands here and just go like that and pull down a quick toggle to, like, you know, turn on do not disturb, or, you know, change a setting or turn on the flashlight or something without having to reach the top right corner. But you can't. You have to go up to the top right corner for that, and then anywhere else on the screen, if you swipe down, is the notification center. But those are the only few things I have. Not really complaints necessarily, but just some minor changes that I would prefer, or at least add a setting to. That way people who want to use it like that can, and people who want to keep it how it is can also do that. But like I said, it's overall a very, very good update. Better than I was expecting based on what we were hearing at first. And my other video is almost done processing, so it should be out here in a minute, which is the few changes I'd like to see in One UI 7 before release. Most of what I just said was in there, but I did leave a few of these things that I just said out, just because I kind of thought of them right now, but that's why I like to do live streams. As soon as the thumbnail is ready to go, I will click publish on that. That'll be up for up and available to watch after this, or not after this, but it'll be up and available to watch as soon as I click the button. So when we're done with the stream here, you can go watch that if you want to. But I am really excited to see Beta 2 and see if any of the recommendations we made in the members app get carried over to Beta 2. I don't know how many changes we can really expect from Beta 1 feedback in Beta 2, though, because the Beta 2 build is probably already built and being internally tested when Beta 1 came out last week. So with there only being a week in between, I don't think we'll see a lot of any of these changes in Beta 2, maybe Beta 3. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what they do. But like I said, I hope they do listen to feedback, which I think they did say they were going to try to do that. Do you think the black icon outline will arrive like iOS 18? I was arguing with somebody in the comments about that in one of my videos. They swore up and down that dark icons exist, but there are no, like, it's in dark mode. There's no dark icons. The icons, unless you change your icons with a theme, or go in here and go to the color palette and theme them with the color palette, there's no new icons that are just like light and dark mode like iOS 18. So I'm not sure what they were talking about, because they said that they've been using them, but then when I ask, where do you turn it on, they stop replying. So I'm not too sure. I was talking to a couple people about that, and they said that was a big, because when I started streaming, when I was streaming the install of One UI 7, everybody was asking me if that was a thing, and I'm like, I've never heard that being a thing. So I asked a couple people, and they're like, yeah, that was like a rumor, that we would get that, and it was something a lot of people wanted to see, but it was never something that was actually officially like mentioned or anything. So I don't know. I don't think that's a feature that Samsung actually did intend on bringing to One UI 7. So maybe with all the feedback they will. But I think with the color palette and the fact that you can just change your icon pack, I don't think that's something that they do just, with a dark mode toggle. I think that you do that with a theme if you wanted to, or the color palette. So we'll have to see. But yeah, you can go into the color palette and do that there if you enable color palette, and then you're using I have my wallpaper color as the gray and whatever, and that changes it to that. That's I just think that looks so ugly. And then there's these apps up here that only one app out of that whole folder actually themed with the color palette. So I don't like using PayPal over here, my credit union app. We're not gonna do that. So I don't like using the color palette on the icons, or I don't like using icon packs on icons when all of them don't work, because then you just have the odd ones out of the bunch that look different and out of place, and to me that just makes the home screen look ugly. So yeah, I don't like doing that. It would be nice though if it was like iOS, where the signal on the Wi-Fi icon, maybe they will. I don't really know what they would change it to though, because they weren't really square to begin with, so it's not really like they could change it to an oval or something like that. I really don't like the battery icon. I was talking about that a few minutes ago. I really don't like the battery icon because it doesn't even look like a battery. It literally looks like a pill, and it's hard to see with it being two-tone gray. It's hard to see the actual bar. I wish if they were gonna do that, they would make it green or something until it got to 15%. At 15% it turns red, but anything above that it's just gray on darker gray, and there's a very small. If you have the percentage turned on, there's no border, there's no two-tone edge, and then if you have the percentage off, it's very small. So I do think they should make it a color inside, like I said, green or something like that, because when you plug it in and you have the little and it's colored right there, easy to see, looks nice, and then it goes away. I wish it would just be green all the time. And I think I did suggest that already for the battery icon. Did the beta version of One UI 7 give new headlights when calling? I don't understand what you mean by headlights. I don't know. Can you ask that question a different way? Not too sure what you mean by headlights. Um, yeah, I don't really think I do like the new icons, like the calendar, the clock, the reminders, the phone app, settings app. I think those look kind of new, something a little fresh, matches the new design. Um, but the dark mode thing would be kind of cool as long as it worked with all the icons like Apple, because like iOS kind of forces the other icons into dark mode, whether the app like has a dark mode icon or not. Um, so if they did that where all the icons would work in dark mode, that'd be great. Uh, but just changing it with the color palette does not look good when it does that, because not all of them change, which is annoying. But yeah, definitely let me know what you mean by headlights. I don't understand what you're asking. Do I think the icons we make completely circular? Probably not. I don't think they were trying to make everything circular. I think they're trying to do, kind of like, uh, keep it the widgets and stuff like that circular. You can change like I don't know why it's only this one that works, but if you go into the settings for the battery widget, you can change the the shape, so you can kind of round a different corner or make it like um, kind of pointy or whatever. It's basically you can just add a point to different corners right now. Is what you can do. You can make it all rounded, or rounded point, rounded point. It's in different spots, but it's hard to see with it set to dark mode. But if I go over here to this one, which is the same size icon, and I go into setting, oh no, it doesn't now. I swear that wasn't there before. You can do it with that. You can't do it with the folders. The folders are how they are. Um, you can't do it with the small ones like that, and I don't think you can do it with the weather one. Yeah, you can't do it with the weather one. So that's those. But I think I like how they look just by default with the rounded. I do prefer the rounded edges, except for the battery. I wish the battery icon. I think it's stupid that they just made it look like a pill instead of a battery icon, because that's what it is. Um, but no, I don't think they'd make the icons round. Um, I think people would be kind of upset if they made the icons round, just because it would be like a Pixel or like a OnePlus or anything else that uses round icons. So I think One UI and Samsung have always been kind of the I guess they're technically not squares, because squares have 90-degree edges or 90-degree corners, but I don't know what shape you'd call that really. Technically, mathematically or whatever. Geometrically. I don't know if that's a word. Geometrically, or if I'm making up words here. Um, but yeah, yeah. I mean, it would. I don't really care too much if they do or don't. But what would you like to see? Like, what would your idea of what they should look like be? Because like on the Pixel, I've had some custom ROMs. so I can change, you can change like the status bar and something. This isn't a custom ROM. This is just stock pixel launcher in the Android 16 dev preview. But I mean, like this one's got, that's the Wi-Fi icon up there, and the signal icon's kind of there, but it doesn't have a SIM card in it, so it's got the, like the no signal with exclamation point on it. But I do prefer the lines and the bars over just like the box that fills in. So I do prefer this style, like with the, just the single lines. So I'm not too sure, what I would want them to change it to. I live in Virginia, so it is 12:39 a.m. right now. All right, guys. I think I'm going to end it here and go watch some YouTube. And like I said, when One UI 7 Beta 2 comes out, we'll be live again. So if you're not already subscribed, which I think most of you at this point are because you're here this late watching, make sure you subscribe and don't miss my next stream because, like I said, when One UI 7 Beta 2 comes out, we'll be live installing it and checking it out. Do I use dark mode? I use dark mode most of the time. Yeah, I don't always use that. I don't mind light mode, but I do turn on dark mode when I have the phone on camera, because if I have it on light mode, when I open pages with a white background, it gets harder. The camera white balance gets thrown off, and it gets harder to read the text on the screen on the camera as opposed to using dark mode. So I'll use light mode time to time. I don't really have a preference over one of the two. It's just easier to see the dark mode on camera. Did you change the background when calling? Are you talking about the profile, like the profile image? I think it's under advanced. The Galaxy avatar. If you're talking about that, then yeah, I did make one. You can see it here on. Oh, you can see the regular avatar here on my Samsung account right there. That's just one I quickly threw together on the stream when I was doing it the other day. But yeah, make sure you guys subscribe if you're not already. Click that like button, and I will be live streaming again when One UI 7 Beta 2 rolls out. So thank you guys who watched tonight. Great stream. Thank you, Abraham, for this subscription, and thank you for all the questions and conversation and stuff like that. And to the rest of you that also joined in and were in and out and asking comments and questions and all that kind of stuff. Thank you again for